What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things that I have been getting my hands onto. This is episode 38, and I am filming on May 17th. 17th? Yes, May 17th, and this will be uploaded on Wednesday, May 18th. Right now, in the Pacific Northwest, we are having a very cold spring. It has been very cold, and it has been very wet. This morning, however, was kind of nice, so I was outside drinking some tea and enjoying the day, and now the clouds are coming in and it's supposed to be horribly wet and windy tomorrow. Now, I am used to, in the Pacific Northwest, living through January. We don't have June, we have January. However, we usually have a nice May before January. However, not this year. So who knows? Maybe we got Mayuary this year, and we will actually have June. I have no clue. But right now, the clouds have moved in, the sun is gone, and it looks like it will rain, which it's been doing a lot of. Granted, I like the rain, and if the rain keeps the fires away this summer, I'm happy to have it rain as much as it needs to. I'm sorry if you can hear the washing machine. I may... It shouldn't go for very long, but the washing machine is on. Anyhow, like I said, this is episode 38. I have done a few things in the past 2 weeks, but less than I would want to because evidently I'm old and life is breakable. Or ouchable? I'm not broken, just ouching. Today I am drinking in my lovely drink tea, read books, be happy mug. I am drinking tea from my D&T Kickstarter. It is the Underdarkened Chill tea, which is a very, very delicious Earl Grey. In my world, you can never go wrong with Earl Grey. You can very rarely go wrong with many teas. Not all. Not all. But many teas. Anyhow, shall we get into it? I technically have a fully finished object. However, it is not with me, and I forgot to take a photo. I did finish my mother's birthday socks. They were beautiful. I took them down to her. My mother is eminently knitworthy and knitworthy. She's eminently knitworthy because as soon as she saw them, looked at them, she took off what she was wearing and put on her brand new socks. Like I said, she is totally knitworthy. And I forgot to take a picture. So the socks you saw last week, the Prairie Socks was the name of the pattern I used. It was a 64 stitch sock size that I did using US 1.5, which is a 2.5 or 2.25 millimeter needle. I don't remember. With the orange heel and toe. They are both finished. Feeling pretty good about that. I have a hoe for another object, and that would be my Knit Spin Farm socks in the Pick Strawberry Day colorway. I love Targhee socks. I'm just going to say it right now. Love them. So I have one fully finished sock. I don't remember, I might have had this one done already last time, but we're going to talk about it again. It's another 64 stitch sock. It is almost my regular vanilla pattern. I don't really follow a pattern. I did 20 rounds of a cuff. I did actually 70 rounds of a leg. Then I did a new to me heel, which is this one. It is the Shadow Wrap heel. I followed the tutorial from Earth Tones Girl, the tutorial she has on her YouTube channel. I absolutely enjoyed this short row heel. And then, you know, what, 60 rounds to the toe where I just did a regular rounded toe. Now, I hadn't done the Shadow Wrap heel before, and I really like it. I kind of messed up right here, right at the beginning. It was the first time I'd done the heel, so I didn't pull it quite tight enough at the very beginning. But I like the heel. It gives enough on the foot so that the instep, right where your ankle and heel, that space, that's really, really long, where if your sock is too tight, it hurts there. This one doesn't do that. And as you can see, I didn't really care about my striping on this sock. I just kind of went, whatever. So the stripes are kind of wonky. I do tend to like to use an afterthought heel of some kind on my self-striping socks. This time I just didn't bother because honestly I didn't have any Targhee minis. And I know you can get some Targhee minis from Knits In Farm, but I didn't buy any. And I'm not getting the monthly subscription that includes the mini, which I may regret, but whatever, I don't care. Please don't bump the tripod there, Stell. You're talking, you must be talking to me. You know, pets, is what it is. Just lay down. There we go. So, I am enjoying the heel. I think next time I might just do a contrast heel because I don't like messing up my stripes. It's okay, but I'd prefer not to. I like it when the stripes can just keep going, and heels always mess it up. I do have the second sock mostly finished. I have finished the cuff. Don't rub on that, sweetheart. I do have the cuff, the leg, the heel done, and I'm working on the leg. This would probably be finished, except for the fact that evidently I knit too much this week on, I'm not sure what, or I don't know. For some reason, this pinky swelled up yesterday, really badly, or overnight yesterday. Overnight and through yesterday. And it was super swollen. I couldn't move it. I couldn't bend it. I couldn't straighten it. It was like stuck like this. And it hurt so much. So I was icing it much of the day yesterday. It seems to be fine today. Little sore, but not bad. No clue what I did. But knitting would hurt because of how I knit. Anyhow, I am still hoping to get these done for wearing on Pick Strawberry Day, which is May 20th. And I have just the foot and toe, which I could get done if my hand lets me. I could get that done in a day or two. Hoping to get it done tonight and tomorrow night so that I can just pop these on the 20th and wear them. I guess I technically, with it being the 17th, I have 3 nights to do it. So that shouldn't overstress my whatever I did. I will get them done. I will pop them on my feet on the 20th, and I will be very, very happy that I have my own little Pick Strawberry Day socks. As you can see, I almost got perfect matching stripes. Almost. Why does she say almost when it looks really close? Because right here where I did the heel, this one doesn't have a white stripe. This one does have a white stripe. It is literally like 1 row off. Curses! That is probably, it's not even a full row, it's like a half a row off. Which means it's totally just a tension thing, likely, or something like that. Stop it, Phoebe. It's Stella. I just called the cat by the wrong name, but whatever. She's being a pain in the butt, and I'm about ready to kick her out. Anyhow, I am 1 half row, quarter row off with the white. Oh well. I almost, whoop, almost, so close. I mean, look at that. Look at that. So close to perfect. But not quite. Womp womp. Womp womp. Almost. Almost done. Anyhow, I'm loving the Targhee base that Knit In Farm uses. I'm absolutely loving it. And it's squishy and delectable and delicious. Other than that, yet again, I have not brought my half and half triangle wrap from Pearl Soho that I am working on. I did not bring it to show. I have worked on it a bit more, but it again is just a giant half triangle of garter. So until I get probably all of the 2.5 skeins into that side, I don't see any sense in showing you. Yeah, look, it's more of a giant half triangle of garter. There's not much difference to see. I am just about ready to finish that second skein and move on to the half skein for the third skein, because I'm using the biggest size for the half and half triangle wrap. And it's actually technically a little bit bigger than called for, because I think it calls for like 260 stitches to cast on, and I just kept going, and I think I have like 268. Woo! 8 row difference. It doesn't matter. Ah, tea. I really wish it would warm up. Just a little bit. I'd like to see 60 degrees. It's middle of May. 60 degrees seems like something that should have happened. It hasn't yet. Not really. And if it has, it's been like one day. Oh well. And that is all my knitting. So let's get on to my cross stitch, where I've been a little, I don't know what I've been when it comes to my cross stitch. I normally have my 25/7 piece. I haven't touched that since the day I filmed last. So no sense in showing you that. I don't know why I haven't been picking it up. I've been doing really, really great working on it every day, or sometimes I miss a day and then I make up for it, but I've been usually really, really good at stitching it. But my brain just couldn't handle the multiple, the fancy stitches, the specialty stitches. I'll be honest. My brain just, I would look at the project and I'd be like, I can't. I don't know what it was this week. Past 2 weeks, my brain was just like, no, that's a little too much for us today. So that kind of sat on the wayside, which is sad, because I would be, I think, going by how it was going before, I'd be really close to a finish for my summer piece, or my spring, whichever side I'm working on. I think it's spring. For the spring piece that I'm side at part section. There's the word. Words are difficult for me today. I apologize. The section that I'm working on, I think I would be almost done with it, if not. No, I don't think I would have been completely done. But I would have been really, really close. Didn't even pick it up once. I looked at it, technically picked it up, looked at it, went, I can't right now. I don't know why. My brain just said no. So let's look at what I have been working on. And I have been working on a couple things. Living in my lovely Guerin bag, Washington State. Thank you, Susie. I have my, I really should be nicer about how I shove this fabric back in here. I have my Modern Folk Embroidery Mystery Stitch Along for this year. And I have finished May. So here, there we go. As it stands, here is the full piece. This is on Sassy Fabby's Tawny Buff 40 count, and I am using one strand of Ymir's silk in the colorway Raven, which is gorgeous, just gorgeous. And there is May. It took a bit longer this month. Again, I think that's just my brain not firing on all cylinders this month. I don't know why. But the piece took a bit longer. I just love this little rabbit thing. that animal just, that one made me smile. So yes. There is May, and I am so ready to put June in here. Still loving this piece. I absolutely adore Jacob's charting and his designs. Love, 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 love. I am happy I signed up for this one this year. When we get to stash, I will have other things to say about Jacob. And how he's a tempter, and I have 0 willpower. Anyhow, I have this on a giant yard of fabric, and I am too lazy to count down and cut the piece out. Maybe I'll do it after, what would that be, September? Maybe I'll do it after September. But for now, it'll just live on a very large yard of fabric. I did, when I got Ymira's silks, I got a hank. And I'm very much enjoying her silk. It is lovely. I need to look and see if she has a nice, really deep, rich, red, reddy black color. Because if she does, oh, I'm gonna have to get a hank of that. Just too beautiful. Oops, let me get that up. That's for later. That's for later. Shh, shh. Crinkle, crinkle. So then I was planning on 2 new starts this month, and I have started both of them. So one box on my whip go is completed, which was a new start. How convenient was that? She called a new start. I had a new start this month. The stars aligned, the heavens opened, and I started a tisket a tasket. It is living in this lovely bag from, I don't remember who the designer is, or the maker is. I have worked on this a couple of days. It's a mess in here, I apologize. So this is a tisket a tasket by Rosewood Manor. With lots of beautiful blues. I am doing it on 40 count Old Massachusetts by the Primitive Hair, using a Vicki Clayton silk conversion. And I have done almost the entire top border. I have a little doobly-doo over here that I still need to do before heading down. I love these colors. Oh, just look at them. They are to die for. Absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful, and I very much am enjoying this piece. I worked on this, I think, I don't remember how many days, but I worked on this for a couple of days. Started this with a group on Facebook, and I'm blanking on the name. They had a Zoom call, and that was the day that I started it, was the day we did the little Zoom get together to stitch on it together. We're going to do that once a month, and I will work on it at least that day, if not a couple more days each month around that time. Again, it's gorgeous. Absolutely loving it. Beauty, 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 beauty. And I love Vicki Clayton silks. They're just buttery and pretty. And the colors are to die for. Other than that, I only worked on one other thing, stitching wise, and that would be my other new start, which I started on the full moon. It is living in this bag, which seemed night-ish to me because I think of the color. Anyhow, why did I start it on the full moon, you ask? Well, because it is The Moons of 2022 by Kathy Barrick. So of course I had to start it on the full moon this month. I mean, come on. I am using the called for colors, which is MPI silks. They are living in some snack bags because that's what I had handy. And I don't like putting these silks on floss cards because they get fluffy. So snack bags, it works. It may not be pretty, but it works. I am doing this on 40 count Vanilla Latte by Bee Stitch Me. And there we go. As you can see, it is still on my Q-snap because I'm going to be working on this today and tomorrow and likely through the rest of this week. Look at it. Look at it. Oh, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So I have one more cloud to fill in, and then all of this has to be filled in with dark blue. If you'll notice, I've made a minor adjustment to the pattern. I did not put the cherub in. I didn't like the cherub. I don't really want a cherub. I don't need a cherub angel thing on my moons. Not necessary, so I popped him out and popped in another star. Just kind of went, maybe there, and put a star in. So, this cherub is now that star. Worked for me. And as you can see, all of that section filled in with a dark blue. That might take a while, but I am loving this piece. I like the NPI silks. I've used them before, but it's been a while. I very much enjoy it. I was working on this last night, and it was amusing to me because while I was filling this in, I did this color and then I moved down to this color, which is obviously a second color. And while I first started stitching, I was like, man, there's no difference in these colors. Finished it and went, oh, there totally is. Then moved on to this color and went, man, there's no difference in these colors. Yeah, except how you can totally see the colors, and it's even more obvious in person. But when I was stitching with it last night, I couldn't really tell the difference. Whatever. So I have 3 little colors to fill in there for that pretty little cloud, and then a ton of fill-in. So much fill-in. So much fill-in. And then I can move down into the moons of 2022. Again, I am thinking of just changing that to the moons. So moving those words that say the moons of 2022 and just moving it to say the moons. It doesn't have a blue moon on here, but blue moons kind of move throughout the year. Depends on when you have a second full moon in a month. And we don't this year. But the other moons pretty much stay the same. So I'm just going to leave it this way and call it the moons. Very much enjoying it. A whole lot. Oh, and when I did, she states in the back that there will be 3 skeins needed of the dark blue color, and that black is included in the thread list, but it's literally used for 3 stitches and 8 French knots. So I just had my Ymir's silk handy, so I used Ymir's silk for the 3 black threads, which are around the moon's eye. So those are not MBIs, but I followed the instructions of saying you don't really need to get the black. It's on there because she uses it, but it's 3 stitches. And I'm not buying a skein, even though I would use the silk again. But I have a hank of black from Ymir. I'll just use that for black silk for the next while. I have some black silk from hand-dyed fibers as well, so I didn't need to buy yet another skein. Anyhow, loving this piece. Very much enjoy it. It's beautiful, and I cannot wait to start getting some of that blue filled in because I think that is just going to make the whole thing pop. So, fantastically. Love it. Anyhow, that is pretty much all I worked on in the past 2 weeks. It wasn't a lot. I got quite a bit done on certain things, but it still didn't seem like a lot. Because life, I don't know. I don't know why. Anyhow, shall we get into stash? I think we should. I was not very good this. Right, I wasn't very good this past 2 weeks. I should be. Most of it was monthly orders, but you see, Modern Folk Embroidery and Caroline from Evertip. So Caroline's husband is running the New York Marathon this fall, and he is raising money for the Brain Aneurysm Foundation. I don't remember if that's the true name of it, but a brain aneurysm charity. Caroline decided to help because she would much rather not run, but she would like to support her husband, which is nice. Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery decided to also help by releasing a pattern, which some 50%, something like that, of the proceeds, I don't recall. Go to his site, figure it out there. Released a pattern. Something Books, I don't remember, it's a B name. I had to buy the pattern because it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous and I'm in love with it. So I bought that pattern. And also then, because I was watching Caroline on Evertoad's, her YouTube channel, she announced that they are doing a collaboration with Modern Folk Embroidery and Leon Roxy Flosses to do a Christmas box countdown thing. Holiday countdown. And I went, floss that I like. Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery collaboration. Purchase! So I don't have anything to show for either one of those because one is a digital pattern from Jacob from Modern Folk Embroidery. I will possibly attempt to find a picture and put it here. The other is a collaboration that will be coming in December. So that I will be opening in December. So I can't really show anything here either. If you want to see more, go to Evertoad. And I'm sure you didn't hear that here first. Other bit of cross-stitch haul. I got the bear. I'm getting all of these every month on an auto ship. So the bear, he's so cute holding his toes. He's possibly my favorite of the ones, and I really love the fox. Bear is really adorable. I have yet to see what the next release will be for next month, but I'll see when I get it. But the bear, he's too cute. He is just, he makes me squee. He's just so cute. Other than that, I have my Leo and Roxy. Ooh. Well, too late. The Leo and Roxy May floss colors. I'm going to open, crinkle, 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 crinkle. I have the brights and I have the neutrals. So in the neutrals we have Hitte, Salmon, Wink. It's very piggy. Obsidian, which is beautiful. And Duchess, which is, look at that gorgeous purple. For the brights, we have Peeps, which is, yeah, it's the color of a peep. Flubber. I have no clue what flubber is, but evidently it's green. Do the Wave. Thistle, another beautiful purple. And Ube. Oh, that one's kind of stunning. It will go live on my Leon Roxy floss ring, which is where I have started storing all of my Leon Roxy flosses from the club. And now my robot is going, oh goodness, it's just a disaster in here. So let me pop these on here real slow because evidently my fingers aren't working. And look at those. Those are all the Leon Roxy floss colors so far that have been released in the clubs. And look at them. Oh, oh, what is this one? Butter chicken. It's a good one. Anyhow. Oh, it's living just off screen. That's kind of sad. And that doesn't live my cross stitch haul. But then there was yarn. I'm trying to buy less, and I honestly am. But some days I can't help myself. So first, we're gonna go with my Row 1 minis. This month we got Superfine Yarn Company yarns. I have heard of them. I haven't always heard of many of the yarn companies that Row 1 minis does, but I have heard of Superfine Yarn Co. This is the stitch marker this month. It's a little watering can. And these are the colors. That yellow is just too bright. I don't know what to do with that yellow. I'm not really a fan, and that pink is not really me. But oh, some of the blues and the greens. Oh, this one right here, it's called Seal. I really like that color. And this one, Kelly. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Again, I get Row 1 Mini 10 pre-wound and labeled mini skeins. So handy. Absolutely love Row 1 minis. I use them for so many things. I think I might just start using those as my... I have so many colors that I could just easily use them for my... I'm not going to put that in, it's going to crinkle too much. For my socks. I've used them as sock, heel, toe, cuff, what have you. I've used them as lots of things. And I'm going to continue to get them because they're so fun. And often I will hear about an indie dyer that I've never heard of before. And that's always fun because then you're like, hey, who is this dyer? And the piece of paper will tell you all about the dyer, and it's great. This time it's one I've heard of. Still love their colors, they're great. Then I also received my Macmillan Fiber Company. I am missing my piece of art that goes with this, but it was Montmartre at Night. This is their Sublime. It's a single wash, 100% superwash merino single ply. So that will have to be a small shawl or something like that. But oh, the colors are just gorgeous. Just gorgeous. I am so glad that I caved and went for this yarn. Monthly yarn one again. I just love the yarns based on artwork. I just do. It makes me happy. So I have that. I did get my next Knit Spin Farm for the month of June. Well, it was the May yarn, but the little known holiday is always the next month, so you can hopefully finish the sock pair before that month so you can wear it on the National Day. At least that's how I'm seeing it. And this one is going to be National Seashell Day on June 21st. And then it tells you all about seashells on the back for the Little Known Holidays Yarn Club. And this is the yarn. Look at those colors. Look at that. Ah, I'm going to love this. I'm going to love this. So this is going to be thick, thin, and overlapping stripes of sand, conch, cowrie, and moonshell. They're going to be gorgeous. These are going to go on my needles shortly after I finish my Pick Strawberries Day ones because I want to get these stitched up as quick as I can because I'm loving this. I'm loving this. First, the base is squish, squish, squish. I wish there was touch-o-vision because the squishness is delicious. But I'm also enjoying just knitting easy, basic socks, but they're self-striping, so it's just one more row, one more row, one more stripe, one more stripe. It's very, very satisfying. And then I want to wear them on the day that the Little Known Holiday is for, because why not? Why not? It's fun that way. But then this is where I fell down badly. Plies and Hellhounds is a yarn dyer, and she has an aesthetic that is near and dear to my heart, dark academia. So wonderfully gothy, rich, moody colors. And I have been good at not going to her site and falling in love with everything and purchasing it all. I'm guilty of going to her site and falling in love with everything. But so far I've been good about not purchasing everything. But I had a bad day. And I decided that the best way to take care of my bad day was one of the bad ways, which was retail therapy. I know better, but I just, for whatever reason, I couldn't that day. It was a bad day. I did somewhat okay in that since I haven't really ever used her yarns, I've just lusted over them from afar, I decided to get an assortment. She used to be called something a corgi? Something corgi yarns? I've been following her for a while, and she recently, like a year ago, rebranded as Pies and Hellhounds. Her last iteration was something to do with corgis. I wish I could remember. Anyhow, I got these two yarns. This is a fingering weight merino cashmere nylon in her base Penny, and it is called Deny This. Look at that gorgeous color. Just look at it. I also picked up a skein of her fig lace, which is her mohair silk, also in the colorway Deny This. I deny you rubbing on my tripod, please. Sorry, a Phoebe is now rocking your world. The cats just have... Don't. The cats have just decided that I get all their attention today, even though I don't want it. So, I bought these to go together as a hat because I love my fingering weight mohair held together hats. Love them. We'll be stitching more. Knitting more. And this will be one of the pairs, or one of the pairs of yarns I use together. And, oh, I love it. Ugh, so gorgeous. I then decided to pick up her Selkie base, which is an 85% non-superwash merino, 15% silk fingering weight. And this is in the colorway Hello Witchling. And look at this colorway. It is just so moody and beautiful. Oh, it's blowing out a little bit there. It's not that light. It is deeper. Yeah, it's more like this. So when I pulled it up real close, it's because of the silk content, it is reflecting off of the light that I have. It's more richer colors. Oh, I love this color. I have no clue what I'm going to do with this, but it has to be something around my neck because silk, and it just feels so nice. So I decided to get a couple different bases. Then I got one more skein from her. So see, I didn't do too horrible. I bought this. Again, lovely moody colors that just scream to my heart and say buy me. This is her Traveler base, which is a 100% non-superwash Targhee. I'm just in love with the Targhee right now. And this is in the colorway Sea Captain's Widow. This is going to be a hat. It's a worsted weight. This is going to be a hat. I have it narrowed down to, I think, 4 different hats. I think the Targhee and the non-superwash would show, and just the nice ply definition that is here. It's a nice round yarn. I think this would make a fantastic cabled hat, so I've been looking at some cabled hats. It's 241 yards, so I can easily get a hat out of it. And I just love the color. Look how moody that is. Look how moody and beautiful. I had been doing so well at not buying her yarns and just lusting after them because I have plenty of yarn. I have plenty. But I don't have any of hers, and now I do. So gloriously good. Again, with the Targhee squish. It's nice. I mean, it's like Corriedale. It's got the squish. That's another yarn base I really like is Corriedale. Anyhow, that is my stash. And as you can see, I was a bad girl. Had a bad day. Chose a bad choice of how to deal with it. Purchasing things. Anyhow, that is all my haul, or my stash, or my acquisitions, or whatever you would like to call it. So let's move on to life stuff. Why have I been so scattered? I don't know. Why have I been so brain dead? I don't really know. I did finally go to work last Friday. I did. I went to work. I went to work for 3 hours, 3.5 hours. It was LYS Day. It was local yarn store day. There was a tour. It wasn't LYS Day. It was the local yarn store tour. So there's like 20 yarn stores in the Pacific Northwest, upper regions of the Pacific Northwest, that get together around this time of year, have a yarn tour. Glorious. It was very busy. So I went and I worked for a couple of hours, and then I drove home, and I have been exhausted ever since. I slept for like 12 hours that night. Slept for like 13 hours the next night. Oy. It was wonderful to be back at work. I felt like I didn't know what the heck I was doing, but because it had been so long, but it was great. It was great to be back at work. I'm hoping to try and do another 2 to 4 hours this Friday. I'm still seeing if I run out of energy really quick, like I have been the last couple of days. If I run out of energy that quick, I shouldn't go on Friday. But I'm hoping. So today is going to be my kind of test run to see if I can not take a nap, not run out of energy, not feel like my energy just cliffs. If it does not, I will be contacting my bosses and saying, hey, can I do another 2 to 4 hours on Friday? They are being absolutely fantastic, fabulous, the most wonderful people ever to work with and for, because they are letting me take it at my speed to come back, which, how can you not love that? How? I mean, you have to love it. They are the best. And eventually I'll be back to normal and I'll be able to work like Wednesdays and Fridays again. It used to be Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I think I'm going to go to Wednesday, Friday because I'm exhausted. And I mean, heck, right now I'm just wanting to work for 4 hours in a row. That'd be great. The commute didn't help. What can I say? Other than that, I had a nice Mother's Day. The guy made crepes, which, I mean, how do you turn down fresh crepes with fresh fruit and some fresh whipped cream and deliciousness like that? So I ate way too many crepes on Mother's Day. And then the kid took me out on a nice long walk. A little too long for me, but I enjoyed my time with him. And other than that, it was me taking it easy because I still don't have a lot of energy. And I have zero in the way of endurance. That would be the word I was looking for. But it's good. It's good. I'm getting there. I may have to shut the door because the robot is getting very close. It's getting very loud. And it's very annoying. Anyhow. Other than that, ew, I should have done plans. Wow. Like I said, my brain's been scattered. If you've been here before, I'm usually not this scattered. You know that. If you're new, I'm usually not quite this scattered. We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. It'll be all good. It'll be all good. What yarn is that? I don't remember what yarn this is, but it's a leftover that I resceined, and it's absolutely gorgeous. That's a good color. Apologies. Got distracted by my own little bin of leftovers. That's gorgeous yarn. Anyhow, plans. That's what I was going to discuss next. Plans, because that I pretty much covered life there. Not much going on. Plans. I'm going to continue to work on Moons of 2022 this week. I will hopefully finish my pair of socks by the end of Wednesday. Maybe Thursday. Hoping Wednesday, so that I can wear them on the 20th. I don't know if I'll be doing my 25/7. I still not sure if I can grok that right now. So I'm going to hold back on that one. I know that next week my plan is to work on Blackbird Designs We Live in Hope, and because I was doing one project a week for the month of May, and that is my project for next week. I'm looking forward to it. I want to know how much I can get done in that week's time. It seems like I can get a decent amount, because this is just a couple of days since the full moon. And yeah, I mean, granted, I haven't been doing any knitting, and that has definitely added to my stitching time. And I would like to get some more knitting done. I do know that I have I think it's like 3 or 4 different summer tops that I want to cast on. But I want to cast on just one and finish it, and then cast on another and finish it, because I've got a lot of projects on the go that I'm not finishing. I have a couple sweaters, I have a couple of shawls, I have several pairs of socks, I need to start finishing things is what I'm saying. I should probably start finishing things. I just spilled tea on myself. Oh well. Neither the first nor the last time that'll happen. Right. So plans. At the very least, I will finish the pair of socks I'm on. I will continue with Moons of 2022. We'll see how far I get on it. And I will get back to We Live in Hope from Blackbird Designs. And we can see how far I get on that one. And when I come back in 2 weeks, I can show you what I've done. Maybe I'll cast on Furacality, because I am very tempted to cast on that one. It is a summer top from, oh, I don't remember the name of the designer, but I'm thinking of doing it in this colorway. It is Blue Fiber Company. It is his superwash merino and cashmere nylon. It's his MCN base. The color tee is a summer tee, and it doesn't need a lot of yardage. So I have these. It is the colorway Marion, and I love it, and I think that would make a gorgeous summer top. It's a little cropped short sleeve, like the sleeve is essentially just the cast on for the neck, and it's got a little lacy bit here, and then it's stockinette, and it's just a cropped little thing. Oh, I think this would just be gorgeous for it. So I'm very tempted to cast that on. We'll see if I do. If I do, I want to finish it before I start my next summer knit, which I want to do in a linen that I have living up there. It is a little tank top. It's a little linen tank top, so that would be nice for the hot days. Right. So those are 2 things on my radar. There's also a hat that was just released by this person, and she is doing a knit along, a fast knit along for it, for like over the weekend of the 26th. So I'm half tempted to do that because it's a striped fisherman's rib hat, and that just sounds fun. The 26th also begins summer sock camp that the Crazy Sock Lady runs, where you start a pair of socks and you see how many pairs of socks you can finish. It's silly, it's fun, it's just enjoyable. I may wait to cast on this pair of socks for the 26th. I can start it because you can't have any whips brought in. You have to start them that day or later, and it goes throughout the summer. So I may wait to start that in this on that day so that this pair of socks can be put in there. And yeah, that I think covers all of my plans. I think. We'll see. I'm a little scattered. I'm a little flustered for some reason. I don't know why. So I will be back in 2 weeks, hopefully doing a lot better mentally and whatever that word is. Thank you all for visiting with me. I always enjoy having you over for a chat. I would love it if you have any questions, if you have any comments, just leave them right below. I am slowly trying to get ready to put together a kit parade, but it's more daunting than I expected. I have a lot more kits than I thought. Kitted up projects. I really, So that I'm still planning on doing that cross-stitch kit parade, but that probably won't get filmed until June at this rate, because I'm a little shocked by how much I have already kitted up, and I want to start it all now, like you do. So we'll see. Thank you. It was wonderful. I will see you all in 2 weeks. Until then, I hope you have a fantastic day, or as fantastic as it can get for you. Whether that be, hey, I got out of bed, whether that be, hey, I solved world hunger. Whatever makes your day perfect. I mean, if you solve world hunger, please share, because that would be fantastic. We should get on that somehow. I don't know. Take care, everyone, and I will see you again in 2 weeks. I will stop babbling now, and bye-bye.